his movement morally, right? He has the Facebook and YouTube page, Atlantis School for Gifted Youngsters. He's located in Niagara Falls. He's an educator. I do believe he has a PhD from Central State University in Wilberforce, Dayton, Ohio. That's where my mother and my godmother went to. So I'm familiar with Central State University. And so you just go to YouTube and just put in the search bar, Dr. Saladin trademark and universal flag trademark. Now brothers is weighing in, the gods is weighing in on how they feel about it. And so when I listen to some of their feelings and perspective, I start to get upset. And so I heard some of Saladin's explanation and reason for doing what he did, and it all sounded like a crock of BS to me, right? He's wrong. The universal flag is protected by the gods and the earth. It's protected by its being in use since 1964. So, he gave reasons of Hollywood may misrepresent the flag and the culture, and now, and so he said they're selling universal flags in his Walmart for $369, and the nation of God's earth is not profiting. And he said it's being displayed, sold by a white man. It has a white hand. That's, well, we supposed not to be racist, and there's plenty white people that get the knowledge, Puerto Ricans that get the knowledge, want the knowledge. And so I think he's giving lame excuses for him just trying to steal and claim ownership for future financial incentive and future financial gain, right? But I used to, like I say, I done took some of his stuff, I done shared from him down. I've blocked him on IG and Facebook. If I could block him on YouTube, I can. This brother was, he been going down the last year or so. He's been expressing how he's down. When people express they down like that, they need to pick up. And when a man expresses that they down, it's like he trying to tell somebody to, kiss his ass or, suck his you know what, right? And so it's like shocking coming from a educated brother with a PhD. He said he has a PhD in physical therapy, and it is not the athletic physical therapy. I think it's the psychological, mental rehabilitation stage of physical therapy, right? Whatever that is. But I've heard of it. I had to do some of it, like when I was in psychiatric evaluation. Like I was in a overnight, and we get up and do chair exercises. We'll do some arts and crafts, I think that's, what he does, what he teaches, what he practices, what he leads in. So, in my opinion, he is wrong. He has met with Morgan Freeman and I think Sam Jackson. I think he met with Sam Jackson about, other projects that he is, I guess, asked to consult on and speak about. And so I think he's down, and I think he has gotten a big head. And I think he is trying to run away with the universal flag. And I think he's trying to, out of jealousy, make decisions on who can and who can't. It's like he wanted to become a gatekeeper, like these fake rap dudes, right? Like these fake industry people. So in my opinion, no, he can't, right? Yes, no, he can't. He's supposed to be, he say he been doing this, had knowledge of self in Central State, got it there, and has had it for over like 20 years. So, he knows better. The trademark is reserved for people to actually create the artwork, the name, the symbols in it. So, so the story is a God by the name of Sham God Universal created the universal flag for Father Allah, and back when it was called Allah's 5% Nation. Sham God Universal. That's a person, or universal Sham God. I got it written down. I just, he made it. And listen, it's either Sham God Universal or Universal Sham God. Sham God Universal, Universal Sham God. 1964, he got a bio, right? 1964, he made the universal flag for Father Allah and his school, which was in 1964 called Allah's 5% Nation. And then sometime after that, he changed it to the Nation of Gods and Earths. And they still use the flag Sham God Universal made, right? So that's who the trademark should go to. It should either go to the Nation of Gods and Earths or the family of Father Allah, the remaining surviving family of Father Allah. Not no dude from Niagara that's stuck up and down, arrogant, a hater, depressed, jealous, as speaking on Saladin Allah, right? He need to go get some therapy for his own self, right? So, yeah, man, this dude, it's like, so when he was talking about, he was down, we give him his props, we pick him up, give him his props. And it's like, I come to learn when you pick up down people, like when you just speak to them, and they really down. Oh man, excuse me. When they really down, just a kind word can really feed their ego. And so it's like they telling me Saladin took me, putting him on my Spotify podcast the wrong way. Like, he really got picked up and got big-headed. His ego got inflated, and his ego ran away with him, thinking he was like a super god or something. But, you know, Father Allah has family, remaining family alive. And if anything, you know, his name shouldn't be on the trademark, man. You know, I see a universal flag as, excuse me, just that, universal. You know, like the cross, man, like the cross. And
this presentation is to bring some clarity to some happenings in our media concerning our universal flag. Early last month on the Culture Day of Just Allah Now, I visited the guard Rasheen, along with the guard's sun guard, to deal in some social equality. When we arrived at the guard's rest, the guard went through some Medina history. He then mentioned that he would like to build with Saladin.
And I was listening to the brother Saladin, you know. I like to talk to that brother.
The infamous individual that took it upon himself to trademark the universal flag.
Yeah, I don't think he wanted to build with brothers after going through dealing with that, you know, the trademark of the flag. After brothers got on him about that, you know, he I guess he felt he knew better, and I guess he still feels he knows better, and that the brothers, you know,
I could see certain aspects of that, but he went and did it, saying he spoke to certain people that gave me okay. He didn't speak to me.
During this build with Rasheen, he shared some memories he had with the actual designer of the universal flag, Universal Shamgar, and what he said about the universal flag.
I know what Shamgar told me when I was getting ready to go downtown, when the flag was being sold in a few outlets downtown, different stores and stuff like that. And
now this is while Shamgar was still alive.
Yeah. And we had the brief encounter on Claremont Avenue and right off of DeKalb Avenue, head of Medina. We had a spot we used to go to. He was sitting there drinking a glass of wine or something, and I rolled up on him because I just came from seeing Melchizedek, because I had just got 500 flags from him. He had our flags, but he wouldn't give up the mold. Me and old man Kusar. I brought the flags to Shamgar. He told me what to do, and I gave the flags out, right? And I mentioned to him that I was getting ready to go downtown and straighten out these people that were, you know, selling our flag over the counter. And he said, don't do that. And I just looked at him, you know, he said, Rasheen, what do you want to do that for? I said, man, them people down there, you know, I'm ready to go down there and just vamp. Because, you know, that was how we work. We didn't hesitate. If we felt we were right, we just went and did it. Consequences may be what they were. But he said, no, you can't do that. I don't want you to do that. I said, all right, why not? He said, because that ain't nothing but free advertisement. That ain't nothing. If the flag is being spread, let them take it all over the world. It's free advertising. He said, do you realize how much it would cost me to advertise our flag so we can get around so people can see it? They doing it for free for me. And I had to accept that.
This is what Shamgar said.
Universal told me that out of his mouth. We sitting there at the bar drinking, we having a drink, and I came with fire. You know, and he said, no, he calmed that shit down. He said, no, Rasheen, I understand where you're coming from. You know, but there's a way to handle them with certain things. But he said, let them do what they're doing. But all they're doing is just giving us free advertisement. They're the ones that's paying for that shit, not us. You know, and the flag is all over the place. I didn't take it there. And I wasn't worried about the copyrights and warranty, whatever they call that stuff.
Now, I shared this clip on this YouTube page a few days later. Now, apparently, Mr. Quinaya, Saladin, saw it and decided to write an article in response to it. Okay, peace. Now, the reason why I'm dignifying this article with a response, because he made some points that I would like to address. Now, let me state, I don't think he's 100% wrong. However, he isn't 100% right and exact either. And since he refuses to come to a parliament to build about it, or come to a show and prove to present his ideas, nor does he want to build with anyone outside of his choice individuals, I'll address his article this way. I left the link to this article in the description so that you can read it for yourself. I'm sure Mr. Quinia will appreciate the promotion of his writings. He opened the article with, 2 years ago, on December 21st, 2021, I successfully registered the elements of our universal flag as a Class 41 trademark with the United States Patent and Trademark Office and U.S. Customs and Border Protection. He goes on to state, by law, you cannot trademark a flag. So this trademark was not defined or described as a flag in the USPTO application. This trademark defined, described, and included all the elemental arrangements of our universal flag. This ensured it could be trademarked not as a flag while simultaneously protecting our flag in the public domain from any similar elemental arrangements that would infringe upon our registered trademark, marrying our universal flag onto the government without the permission or notification of nation members.
He didn't come and ask us nothing about the flag. He didn't ask us nothing.
Now, I will state that I do recognize his intentions, which was to federally protect the flag by way of its design so that no one could infringe on its design in no way, shape, or form without the nation's permission, which is not a bad idea. However, it was done in a fraudulent way. He states that some of our nation members, most likely talking about me because I mentioned this in my discussion with Rasheen, were and are under the false impression that simply claiming that we have been using the universal flags since the 1960s is enough to prove ownership in a court of law against an individual or company that actually owns his elemental arrangements as a federally registered trademark, to which he says is sadly untrue. This sounds like he's addressing the part of the video when I said,
when I was dealing with Dark Kim about that, is that the history being that, like you said, the government already did that, or law had, and we have a long history since 1967.
Yes.
We have just archives of that this is our flag, so we don't have to actually register it with the government.
Expedia.